Hello, Coloring Karoo. How are you today? I hope you're well. This is an adult coloring therapy channel not intended for kids under the age of 13. This channel is for adults and teens only for who suffer from anxiety, depression, and stress. And if you get aggravated, you color and it calms you down. Like I'm aggravated right now about something, but I'll be okay. So things changed. I can't get to the page where you turn on monetization on your videos. You have to do that every time you upload a video, and I just can't get to it. I don't know if it's different now or it's at a different place. I can't find it. And I would have been live at 7, but I was trying to find where it was. Oh. You said creative studios. It's in a different place now. I can't even get to there. I can try again. Let's try one last time. I have so many windows open on Google. Oh, maybe if I don't. What did you say? I got 2 ads. Oh, I'm trying to monetize one of my videos, and I can't find where you do that because Amazon. Oh, that's right. I have 2 open. Hold on a second. Discord. I can get rid of that and get rid of that. I'm trying to monetize my video I put up yesterday, but there's no place to do it. So I'm gonna go through another way to do it, not through Google. How about that? How about that? Nope. It always. Wait, I can try this. Nope. YouTube.b. Oh, I don't want to be in Google. Huh. And I said I cannot get to that page. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about this. So, I don't even know if Arnie did a reading. I told you I cannot get to the page. I don't know if it's in a different spot. No problem. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Let me tell, I don't want, no, I don't want those. Oh boy. Uh, I'm going to send you voicemail, Vicky. Everybody will hear it. You know, I'm going to block that. Okay, I'm back. Let's. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses. Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, let's see if he sent one. Why do I do that? Okay, let's Arnie. I'm sending Arnie a message. Oh, no. Did you do a reading? But I'm about to start, so I'm going to read it on my own then. I sent a message to Arnie, really? 7:50? No. 6:55, because I was going to start early. I know, Vicky, I know. It's aggravating. I'll find a way. Okay. Let's get the chat up because I'm just going to start. I was going to start early from now on. I want to start my devotions at 7 a.m. Whether people are in here or not, I'm just going to do them. I wait later for people to be up and everything. You did not do a reading. Okay. But I'm going to start having a strict schedule of doing my devotions. 8 o'clock. See, I wanted to start this an hour ago. But I was waiting for people to wake up. So, just to let you know, I'm going to start doing this at 7 a.m. I'm going to bed not too late. Like last night was perfect. Because I kept waking up. Because my dad thinks I have sleep apnea. Okay, we're starting a new reading plan, a 7-day reading plan on anger. I was just looking up different topics, so I want to do that. So maybe you can do a reading tomorrow, Arnie. Oh, I'm so aggravated about that, but you know what? That's okay. I can. All right, we're gonna. Oh. We're gonna read Jesus Calling, March 3rd. I love you for who you are, not for what you do. Many voices vie for control of your mind, especially when you sit in silence. You must learn to discern what is my voice and what is not. Ask my spirit to give you the discernment. Many of my children run around in circles trying to obey the various voices directing their lives. This results in fragmenting patterns of living. Do not fall into this trap. Work closely with me each moment, listening for my directives and enjoying my companionship. Refuse to let other voices tie you up in knots. My sheep know my voice and follow me wherever I lead. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1 through 6. John chapter 10, verse 4. Okay. Everything's gonna aggravate me now. Watch. I even try to do it on the Kindle. Ephesians will go to first. Oh, 4. I'm just staring at it like 1 through 6. So let me highlight it first. I used to do this ahead of time. Like I would go ahead and highlight like my 10 chapters of the Bible and then just play it for you guys and just listen to it. So until I got to 5 and I wanted to stop because I was like I had to go to the gym and get ready for the gym, so I let it play as I get ready. Okay, Ephesians chapter 4 verses 1 through 6. Therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling, for you have been called by God. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other. Make an allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. For there is one body and one Spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future. There is one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, one Father for all, who is over all, in all, and living through all. So, my mind's somewhere else and I'm not paying attention to what I read. Always be humble and gentle. Yeah, be patient with each other, and if someone's taking longer to get ready, and just sit there and wait unless you're running out of time to get somewhere, I think. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Do whatever you can to stay connected to the Spirit. If anybody can help me by telling me what I just read, what it means, it would be good. How long is this chapter? Oh, I'm not reading that. Ah, me too. I'm just going to listen to this.
Chapter 4. Unity in the Body. Therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling, for you have been called by God. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults. Love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. For there is one body and one Spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future. There is one Lord, one faith, one baptism, and one God and Father, who is over all and in all, and living through.
Her name is Jack A. Has 5 A's. JACKAAAAAY.
However, he has given each one of us a special gift through the generosity of Christ. That is why the scriptures say, when he ascended to the heights, he led a crowd of captives and gave gifts to his people. Notice that it says he ascended. This clearly means that Christ also descended to our lowly world. And the same one who descended is the one who ascended higher than all the heavens, so that he might fill the entire universe with himself. Now these are the gifts Christ gave to the church: the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, and the pastors and teachers. Their responsibility is to equip God's people to do his work and build up the church, the body of Christ. This will continue until we all come to such unity in our faith and knowledge of God's Son that we will be mature in the Lord,
Why not
truth,
Jack
the
A?
full and complete standard of Christ.
Hey, you can call it what you
Then
want.
we will no longer be
But her name
immature
is
looking
Jack A.
children. We won't be tossed and blown about by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever they sound like the truth. Instead, we will speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Christ, who is the head of his body, the church. He makes the whole body fit together perfectly. As each part does its own special work, it helps the other parts grow, so that the whole body is healthy and growing and full of love, living as children of light. With the Lord's authority I say this: live no longer as the Gentiles do, for they are hopelessly confused. Their minds are full of darkness. They wander far from the life God gives because they have closed their minds and hardened their hearts against him. They have no sense of shame. They live for lustful pleasure and eagerly practice every kind of impurity. But that isn't what you learned about Christ. Since you have heard about Jesus and have learned the truth that comes from him, throw off your old sinful nature and your former way of life, which is corrupted by lust and deception. Instead, let the Spirit renew your thoughts and attitudes. Put on your new nature, created to be like God, truly righteous and holy.
Better.
So stop telling lies. Let us tell our neighbors the truth, for we are all parts of the same body. And don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, for anger gives a foothold to the devil. If you are a thief,
That's what we're
quit
studying
stealing.
today.
Instead, use your hands for good, hard work, and then give generously to others in need. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. And do not bring sorrow to God's Holy Spirit by the way you live. Remember, he has identified you as his own, guaranteeing that you will be saved on the day of redemption. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ, has forgiven you.
OBKB. Next is John chapter 10, verse 4. Go. That's not what I did. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Chapter 10, verse 4. After he has gathered his own flock, he walks ahead of them, and they follow him because they know his voice. So people follow him because he knows who he is well. And now we'll listen to that.
Chapter 10. The Good Shepherd
John.
and his sheep. I tell you the truth, anyone who sneaks over the wall of a sheepfold, rather than going through the gate, must surely be a thief and a robber. But the one who enters through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep recognize his voice and come to him. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. After he has gathered his own flock, he walks ahead of them, and they follow him because they know his voice. They won't follow a stranger. They will run from him because they don't know his voice. Those who heard Jesus use this illustration didn't understand what he meant, so he explained it to them. I tell you the truth, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me were thieves and robbers, but the true sheep did not listen to them. Yes, I am the gate. Those who come in through me will be saved. They will come and go freely and will find good pastures. The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd sacrifices his life for the sheep. A hired hand will run when he sees a wolf coming. He will abandon the sheep because they don't belong to him, and he isn't their shepherd. And so the wolf attacks them and scatters the flock. The hired hand runs away because he's working only for the money and doesn't really care about the sheep. I know my own sheep, and they know me, just as my Father knows me, and I know the Father. So I sacrifice my life for the sheep. I have other sheep, too, that are not in this sheepfold. I must bring them also. They will listen to my voice, and there will be one flock with one shepherd. The Father loves me because I sacrifice my life so I may take it back again. No one can take my life from me. I sacrifice it voluntarily. For I have the authority to lay it down when I want to, and also to take it up again. For this is what my Father has commanded. When he said these things, the people were again divided in their opinions about him. Some said, "He's demon-possessed and out of his mind. Why listen to a man like that?" Others said, "This doesn't sound like a man possessed by a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind?" Jesus claims to be the Son of God. It was now winter, and Jesus was in Jerusalem at the time of Hanukkah, the festival of dedication. He was in the temple, walking through the section known as Solomon's Colonnade. The people surrounded him and asked, "How long are you going to keep us in suspense? If you are the Messiah, tell us plainly." Jesus replied, "I have already told you, and you don't believe me. The proof is the work I do in my Father's name. But you don't believe me because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish. No one can snatch them away from me, for my Father has given them to me, and he is more powerful than anyone else. No one can snatch them from the Father's hand. The Father and I are one." Once again, the people picked up stones to kill him. Jesus said, "At my Father's direction, I have done many good works. For which one are you going to stone me?" They replied, "We're stoning you not for any good work, but for blasphemy. You, a mere man, claim to be God." Jesus replied, "It is written in your own scriptures that God said to certain leaders of the people, 'I say you are gods,' and you know that the scriptures cannot be altered. So if those people who received God's message were called gods, why do you call it blasphemy when I say I am the Son of God? After all, the Father set me apart and sent me into the world. Don't believe me unless I carry out my Father's work. But if I do his work, believe in the evidence of the miraculous works I have done, even if you don't believe me. Then you will know and understand that the Father is in me, and I am in the Father." Once again they tried to arrest him, but he got away and left them. He went beyond the Jordan River, near the place where John was first baptizing, and stayed there a while, and many followed him. "John didn't perform miraculous signs," they remarked to one another, "but everything he said about this man has come true." And many who were there believed in Jesus.
Okay, let's get to the reading plans. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here's healing now. Oh boy, where did I find that? I know. There. And I'll just type in anger and then I'll find it. Oh boy. Where's all my plans? I have 2 plans started. Well, I'll start that and see what happens. Okay. My plans. See? Mm-hmm. Um, Stop playing. Anger management. I just didn't know which one I picked. One missed day. Oh, one missed day. We gotta do two today because I started this yesterday. I didn't realize that, so we have to do two of them. So let's write these passages down. Day 1 and 2. Whoops! I didn't do this yesterday. I forgot. Let me just write these down. One and 4 and 8. And I'll click on there. Psalms 37, 5 through 8. Okay, everybody. I was heating up. Yeah, I kind of started the plan yesterday, didn't think of it. So let's go to my other plan and just stop playing because I didn't realize no, I want to do this one, devotional. There we go. Okay, let's start on day 1. Then we'll do day 2. Anger management, day 1 introduction. People often express regret when they lose control and allow themselves to be overtaken by anger. Their surrender to this hard to manage emotion leads them to behave uncharacteristically. That was a long word, but I got it. And leaves them picking up the pieces of ruined reputations. Dealing with the residue of broken relationships, or struggling to forgive themselves for succumbing to a moment of anger. Whether you flare up at the drop of a hat or you reserve your anger for big things, the results can be devastating. Oh, devastating. No matter the degree of anger with which you struggle, God's word offers guidance on the most productive way to deal with anger. Pray. God, I need your help to stay level-headed and not lose control. Help me lean on you. I'm going to write this down because that's a good one. I encourage you guys to write that down. So just give me a second. If you want me to type it in, you know what? I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna speak text it. 'Cause God, comma, I need your help to stay level-headed and not lose control. Period. Help me lean on you. Read. The writer of Proverbs offers sound advice about avoiding the negative effects of misdirected anger. Proverbs 5 I mean Proverbs chapter 15 verse 1, 4 and 18. And I think I got that. Yeah, 1 4. Oh, how come that said 8? I did 8, not 18. There we go. I fixed it. Reflect. During an argument is probably the most difficult time to carefully choose what to say. But it is one of the most critical times to watch your words. A gentle answer quiets anger, but a harsh one stirs it up. The writer of Proverbs encouraged us to use kind words not only because they diffuse arguments, but also because they help avoid them altogether. Respond. Recall your most recent argument with somebody. Can you identify words you use that serve to build tension with the other party? No, she just, whatever. What kind of words could you have used instead? Memorize Proverbs 15:1 and ask God to help you apply it. We're going to be listening to Proverbs during this. Each of our readers has a unique story of how they interact with the Bible. We invite you to click on the links below so we can learn more about you and readers like you. Your participation will help American Bible Society continue to provide high quality Bible resource. No, not resource for people everywhere and will inform the development of new Bible resources. Proverbs chapter 15. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Wait, what? Yeah, that was number 1. We need to read number 4. Gentle words are a tree of life. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. I already had my breakfast, so I can actually will listen to Proverbs. 18. A hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. Hi, Izzy. Oh, it does go. I already read it. I didn't know it went there. I'll highlight this one anyway. There we go. We read that. Now we're on. Not now. So now we're on day 2. I already wrote that down. We're going to be reading Proverbs. Wait, devotional we want. This is day 2 of Angry Management. Introduction. Anger can be a byproduct of other lingering emotions such as anxiety, envy, and deep disappointment. It can make you angry to see wrongdoers succeed while we struggle to make ends meet. As we try to do the right thing, perhaps your anger is born out of continual disappointment at being overlooked for a job you feel you deserve. Whatever feeds your anger is potent enough to eventually peak and manifest as full-blown rage. The psalmist David offers a strong warning against harboring such emotions. Hi, Izzy. Pray. Father, I have let many negative emotions get the best of me. Help me lay them all aside and look to you. Now, I'm going to be writing that down so you guys behave yourselves. And I'll put it in the chat too. Here we go. Day 2, day 1. Day 2, day. Okay, I'm going to write it in here, so I'm going to speak text it, guys. Father, I have let many negative emotions get the best of me, period. Help me lay them all aside and look to you. There we go. There's the second one. And now read. David urges his audience not to worry or become angry, but trust God with their future. Psalms 37, 5-8. David's audience had every reason to be angry. They faced opposition from wrongdoers who seemed to flourish despite their wrongs. But David encouraged them to wait patiently and confidently for God, trusted him to act in their favor. Do you believe that God will help you as you learn to trust in him? Yeah. Respond. Can you identify other feelings that accompany and may have led you to become angry? What are they? Not figuring out how to monetize my video. Ask God to help you surrender these emotions to him and trust him fully. Psalms chapter 37, verses 5 through 8. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust Him, and He will help you. In other words, leave everything to God and trust in Him that everything will work out. He will make your innocent radiate like the dawn. I have no idea. And the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun. Sometimes I don't know what the heck I'm reading. So be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act. Yep. Just wait patiently for Him to help you. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes. Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't worry about bad people. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm. Well, that one was self-explanatory. And I think we're going to be listening to... Here we go. Oh, I'm not on day 3. Am I? Oh, I'm not doing day 3. Oh. Okay. So let's go to Proverbs and listen to a few chapters.
Proverbs, chapter 1. The purpose of Proverbs. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These Proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these Proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance by exploring the meaning in these Proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. A father's exhortation. Acquire wisdom. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, come and join us. Let's hide and kill someone just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we take. Come, throw in your lot with us. We'll all share the loot. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. Wisdom shouts in the streets. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowds along the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm. When disaster engulfs you like a cyclone. And anguish and distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, They must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm.
I was just looking at my analytics, my review. You know, the video Let's Color Together. That got $8.63. I'd just like to thank everybody. Would you believe I made that much on that video? Sorry.
Chapter 2. The benefits of wisdom.
Oh.
My child, listen to what I say, and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures. Then you will understand what it means to fear the Lord, and you will gain knowledge of God. For the Lord grants wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield to those who walk with integrity. He guards the paths of the just and protects those who are faithful to him. Then you will understand what is right, just, and fair, and you will find the right way to go. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will fill you with joy. Wise choices will watch over you. Understanding will keep you safe. Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted. These men turn from the right way to walk down dark paths. They take pleasure in doing wrong.
I figured it out. You went where it says edit the pencil, then you click that, and then it says pencil, cash, and something else. Boop. I got it.
And they enjoy the twisted ways of evil. Their actions are crooked, and their ways are wrong. Wisdom will save you from the immoral woman, from the seductive words of the promiscuous woman. She has abandoned her husband and ignores the covenant she made before God. Entering her house leads to death. It is the road to the grave. The man who visits her is doomed. He will never reach the paths of life. Follow the steps of good men instead, and stay on the paths of the righteous. For only the godly will live in the land, and those with integrity will remain in it. But the wicked will be removed from the land, and the treacherous will be uprooted. Chapter 3. Trusting in the Lord. My child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years, and your life will be satisfying. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart.
31.
Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you will have healing for your body and strength for your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Then he will fill your barns with grain and your vats flow with good wine. My child, don't.
I was just seeing how many chapters we need to read per day as we do this reading plan. It's for about 4 chapters each day. So since today we did day 1 and day 2. So we'll listen to 8 chapters. It's okay. I got time. I got more than enough time for God.
Don't reject the Lord's discipline, and don't be upset when he corrects you. For the Lord corrects those he loves, just as a father corrects a child in whom he delights. Joyful is the person who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding. For wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her.
I'm glad too.
She offers
Yeah.
you long life in her right hand, and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to
I
those
like
who
that.
embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. By wisdom the Lord founded
I'm practicing trying to find it.
the earth.
Yeah.
By understanding he created the heavens. By his knowledge the deep.
As long as I can get dressed in time for the gym. I'm just saying. You know, because I told my when my brother takes me, I can be there for 10:30 because I told him I want to get a half hour, just about a half hour in before the exercise class at 11. So this time.
Fountains of the earth burst forth, and the dew settles beneath the night sky. My child, don't lose sight of common sense and discernment. Hang on to them, for they will refresh your soul. They are like jewels on a necklace. They keep you safe on your way, and your feet will not stumble. You can go to bed without fear. You will lie
What's that?
down and sleep soundly. You need not be afraid of sudden disaster or the destruction that comes upon the wicked, for the Lord is your security. He will keep your foot from being caught in a trap. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, "Come back tomorrow, and then I'll help you." Don't plot harm against your neighbor, for those who live nearby trust you. Don't pick a fight without reason when no one has done you harm. Don't envy violent people or copy their ways. Such wicked people are detestable to the Lord, but he offers his friendship to the godly. The Lord curses the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the upright. The Lord mocks the mockers, but is gracious to
Yeah, I
all.
know. Yeah.
The wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. Chapter 4. A Father's Wise Advice.
I thought he had
My
his.
children, listen when your father corrects you. Pay attention.
I was just going back into the chat and I seen something upload from Bonnie Holine. It said tested positive, not planned. I'm like, she's not pregnant. No.
And learn good judgment, for I am
He,
giving you
he
good
got fixed.
guidance. Don't turn away from my instructions, for I too was once my father's son, tenderly loved as my mother's only child. My father taught me, take my words to heart, follow my commands, and you will live. Get wisdom, develop good judgment, don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. Love her, and she will guard you. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. And whatever else you do, develop good judgment. If you prize wisdom, she will make you great. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will place a lovely
Got it.
wreath on your head. She will present you with a beautiful crown. My child, listen to me and do as I say, and you will have a long, good life. I will teach you wisdom's ways and lead you in straight paths. When you walk, you won't be held back. When you run, you won't stumble. Take hold of my instructions. Don't let them go. Guard them, for they are the key to life. Don't do as the wicked do, and don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. They eat the food of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. The way of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, which shines ever brighter until the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they are stumbling over. My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid all perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and
Pervert.
fix your eyes on
Oh,
what
okay,
lies
okay.
before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil.
I'm itchy.
Chapter 5. Avoid immoral women. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen carefully to my wise counsel. Then you will show discernment, and your lips will express what you've learned. For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. For she cares nothing about the path to life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it. So now, my sons, listen to me. Never stray from what I am about to say. Stay away from her. Don't go near the door of her house. If you do, you will lose your honor and will lose to merciless people all you have achieved. Strangers will consume your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. In the end, you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body. You will say, how I hated discipline. If only I had not ignored all the warnings. Oh, why didn't I listen to my teachers? Why didn't I pay attention to my instructors? I have come to the brink of utter ruin, and now I must face public disgrace. Drink water from your own well.
I got my
Share
well.
your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in the streets? Having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourselves. Never share it with strangers. Let your wife be a fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a loving deer, a graceful doe. Let her breasts satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, by an immoral woman, or fondle the breasts of a promiscuous woman? For the Lord sees clearly what a man does, examining every path he takes. An evil man is held captive by his own sins. They are ropes that catch and hold him. He will die for lack of self-control. He will be lost because of his great foolishness.
Only 3 more to go.
Chapter 6. Lessons for Daily Life. My child, if you have put up security for a friend's debt, or agreed to guarantee the debt of a stranger, if you have trapped yourself by your agreement and are caught by what you've said, follow my advice and save yourself, for you have placed yourself at your friend's mercy. Now, swallow your pride. Go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. Save yourself, like a gazelle escaping from a hunter, like a bird fleeing from a net. Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer gathering food for the winter. But you, lazy bones, how long will you sleep? When will you wake up? A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little full.
If it's okay with you, instead of doing 8, we'll read 11 chapters, because when it says it's 4 point whatever to read, because I use mathematics to figure it out how many per day we read. There's 3 extra because 4 sets of 7. Wait. Read 4 chapters per day for this reading plan. There's 3 extra. So we'll read up to chapter 11 today. And then the rest of the day, only 4. OBKB?
Of the hands to rest. Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. What are worthless and wicked people like? They are cunning liars, signaling their deceit with a wink of the eye, a nudge of the foot, or the wiggle of fingers. Their perverted hearts plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. But they will be destroyed suddenly, broken in an instant, beyond all hope of healing. There are 6 things the Lord hates, no 7 things he detests: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows discord in a family.
What?
My son, obey your father's commands, and don't neglect your mother's
Discord?
instruction. Keep their words always in your heart. Tie them around your neck. When you walk, their counsel will lead you. When you sleep, they will protect you. When you wake up, they will advise you. For their command is a lamp, and their instruction a light. Their corrective discipline is the way to life. It will keep you from the immoral woman, from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman. Don't lust for her beauty. Don't let her coy glances seduce you. For a prostitute will bring you to poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. Can a man scoop a flame into his lap and not have his clothes catch on fire? Can he walk on hot coals and not blister his feet? So it is with a man who sleeps with another man's wife. He who embraces her will not go unpunished. Excuses might be found for a thief who steals because he is starving. But if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. But the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroys himself. He will be wounded and disgraced. His shame will never be erased. For the woman's jealous husband will be furious, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation, nor be satisfied with a payoff of any size. Chapter 7. Another warning about immoral women. Follow my advice, my son. Always treasure my commands. Obey my commands and live. Guard my instructions as you guard your own eyes. Tie them on your fingers as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Love wisdom like a sister. Make insight a beloved member of your family. Let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman, from listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman. While I was at the window of my house looking through the curtain, I saw some naive young men, and one in particular who lacked common sense. He was crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman, strolling down the path by her house. It was at twilight in the evening, as deep darkness fell. The woman approached him, seductively dressed and sly of heart. She was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often in the streets and markets, soliciting at every corner. She threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look she said, "I've just made my peace offerings and fulfilled my vows. You're the one I was looking for. I came out to find you, and here you are. My bed is spread with beautiful blankets, with colored sheets of Egyptian linen. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let's drink our fill of love until morning. Let's enjoy each other's caresses, for my husband is not home. He's away on a long trip. He has taken a wallet full of money with him and won't return until later this month." So she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattery. He followed her at once like an ox going to the slaughter. He was like a stag caught in a trap, awaiting the arrow that would pierce its heart. He was like a bird flying into a snare, little knowing it would cost him his life. So listen to me, my sons, and pay attention to my words. Don't let your hearts stray away toward her. Don't wander down her wayward path, for she has been the ruin of many. Many men have been her victims. Her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death. Chapter 8. Wisdom calls for a hearing. Listen as wisdom calls out. Hear as understanding raises her voice. On the hilltop along the road, she takes her stand at the crossroads. By the gates at the entrance to the town on the road leading in, she cries aloud, "I call to you, to all of you. I raise my voice to all people. You simple people, use good judgment. You foolish people, show some understanding. Listen to me, for I have important things to tell you. Everything I say is right, for I speak the truth and detest every kind of deception. My advice is wholesome. There is nothing devious or crooked in it. My words are plain to anyone with understanding, clear to those with knowledge. Choose my instruction rather than silver, and knowledge rather than pure gold. For wisdom is far more valuable than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with it. I, wisdom, live together with good judgment. I know where to discover knowledge and discernment. All who fear the Lord will hate evil. Therefore I hate pride and arrogance, corruption and perverse speech. Common sense and success belong to me. Insight and strength are mine. Because of me, kings reign, and rulers make just decrees. Rulers lead with my help, and nobles make righteous judgments. I love all who love me. Those who search will surely find me. I have riches and honor, as well as enduring wealth and justice. My gifts are better than gold, even the purest gold. My wages better than sterling silver. I walk in righteousness, in paths of justice. Those who love me inherit wealth. I will fill their treasuries. The Lord formed me from the beginning, before he created anything else. I was appointed in ages past, at the very first, before the earth began. I was born before the oceans were created, before the springs bubbled forth their waters, before the mountains were formed, before the hills. I was born, before he had made the earth and fields and the first handfuls of soil. I was there when he established the heavens, when he drew the horizon on the oceans. I was there when he set the clouds above, when he established the springs deep in the earth. I was there when he set the limits of the seas, so they would not spread beyond their boundaries. And when he marked off the earth's foundations, I was the architect at his side. I was his constant delight, rejoicing always in his presence. And how happy I was with the world he created, how I rejoiced with the human family. And so, my children, listen to me, for all who follow my ways are joyful. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Don't ignore it. Joyful are those who listen to me, watching for me daily at my gates, waiting for me outside my home. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favor from the Lord. But those who miss me injure themselves. All who hate me love death. Chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has carved its 7 columns. She has prepared a great banquet, mixed the wines, and set the table. She has sent her servants to invite everyone to come. She calls out from the heights overlooking the city, "Come in with me," she urges the simple. To those who lack good judgment, she says, "Come, eat my food, and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways behind and begin to live. Learn to use good judgment." Anyone who rebukes a mocker will get an insult in return. Anyone who corrects the wicked will get hurt. So don't bother correcting mockers. They will only hate you. But correct the wise, and they will love you. Instruct the wise, and they will be even wiser. Teach the righteous, and they will learn even more. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom. Knowledge of the Holy One results in good judgment. Wisdom will multiply your days and add years to your life. If you become wise, you will be the one to benefit. If you scorn wisdom, you will be the one to suffer.
Wake up, everybody. That's not right.
Folly calls for a hearing. The woman named Folly is brash. She is ignorant and doesn't know it. She sits in her doorway on the heights overlooking the city. She calls out to men going by who are minding their own business. "Come in with me," she urges the simple. To those who lack good judgment, she says, "Stolen water is refreshing. Food eaten in secret tastes the best." But little do they know that the dead are there. Her guests are in the depths of the grave.
Usually people chit-chat in the chat and no one's been saying anything. So that's why I did the horn.
Chapter 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise child brings joy to a father. A foolish child brings grief to a mother. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. The Lord will not let the godly go hungry, but he refuses to satisfy the craving of the wicked. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich.
I know.
A wise youth harvests in the summer, but one who sleeps during harvest is a disgrace. The godly are showered with blessings. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. We have happy memories of the godly, but the name of a wicked person rots away. The wise are glad to be instructed, but babbling fools fall flat on their faces. People with integrity walk safely, but those who follow crooked paths will slip and fall. People who wink at wrong cause trouble, but a bold reproof promotes peace. The words of the godly are a life-giving fountain. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. Hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offenses. Wise words come from the lips of people with understanding, but those lacking sense will be beaten with a rod. Wise people treasure knowledge, but the babbling of a fool invites disaster. The wealth of the rich is their fortress. The poverty of the poor is their destruction. The earnings of the godly enhance their lives, but evil people squander their money on sin. People who accept discipline are on the pathway to life, but those who ignore correction will go astray. Hiding hatred makes you a liar. Slandering others makes you a fool. Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut. The words of the godly are like sterling silver. The heart of a fool is worthless. The words of the godly encourage many, but fools are destroyed by their lack of common sense. The blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Doing wrong is fun for a fool, but living wisely brings pleasure to the sensible. The fears of the wicked will be fulfilled. The hopes of the godly will be granted. When the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. Lazy people irritate their employers, like vinegar to the teeth or smoke in the eyes. Fear of the Lord lengthens one's life, but the years of the wicked are cut short. The hopes of the godly result in happiness, but the expectations of the wicked come to nothing. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to those with integrity, but it destroys the wicked. The godly will never be disturbed, but the wicked will be removed from the land. The mouth of the godly person gives wise advice, but the tongue that deceives will be cut off. The lips of the godly speak helpful words, but the mouth of the wicked speaks perverse words. Chapter 11. The Lord detests the use of dishonest scales, but he delights in accurate weights. Pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Honesty guides good people. Dishonesty destroys treacherous people. Riches won't help on the day of judgment, but right living can save you from death. The godly are directed by honesty. The wicked fall beneath their load of sin. The godliness of good people rescues them. The ambition of treacherous people traps them. When the wicked die, their hopes die with them, for they rely on their own feeble strength. The godly are rescued from trouble, and it falls on the wicked instead. With their words, the godless destroy their friends, but knowledge will rescue the righteous. The whole city celebrates when the godly succeed. They shout for joy when the wicked die. Upright citizens are good for a city and make it prosper, but the talk of the wicked tears it apart. It is foolish to belittle one's neighbor. A sensible person keeps quiet. A gossip goes around telling secrets, but those who are trustworthy can keep a confidence. Without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. There's danger in putting up security for a stranger's debt. It's safer not to guarantee another person's debt. A gracious woman gains respect, but ruthless men gain only wealth. Your kindness will reward you, but your cruelty will destroy you. Evil people get rich for the moment, but the reward of the godly will last. Godly people find life. Evil people find death. The Lord detests people with crooked hearts, but he delights in those with integrity. Evil people will surely be punished, but the children of the godly will go free. A beautiful woman who lacks discretion is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. The godly can look forward to a reward, while the wicked can expect only judgment. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. People curse those who hoard their grain, but they bless the one who sells in time of need. If you search for good, you will find favor. But if you search for evil, it will find you. Trust in your money, and down you go. But the godly flourish like leaves in spring. Those who bring trouble on their families inherit the wind. The fool will be a servant to the wise. The seeds of good deeds become a tree of life. A wise person wins friends. If the righteous are rewarded here on earth, what will happen to wicked sinners?
Okay. That will be it. I was going to play another something else, but no, I'm done. So everybody, love, don't